we go.
All right, I'm pleased to be joined by Jackson Dibble and McGrill of the Morning Mulligans Podcast. How's it going, guys?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. So I got a big tournament this weekend, but first, the tragic news of Tiger Woods getting in a crash. Thankfully, he's still alive. Everything's fine. What was your guys' first reaction to what happened to Tiger?
First reaction, I just pray to God it wasn't a relapse of what happened before.
Yeah.
Everybody knows he's been through everything you could really think of. But so far what we've seen, it's not a relapse. It's just
a freak accident.
Crash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really sad because I got the news on Tuesday and just it startled me, and I was kind of hoping that, nothing was wrong or anything like that. Do you guys think that Tiger will ever golf professionally again, or?
I don't think so. I hope, but I think at this point, just him being able to get back to, some semblance of normal life is all we can hope for right now. Just to be able to play golf with Charlie again, and live without any kind of, disability or, whatever like that, I think is the biggest part.
Yeah, no, I agree with him. It's really scary what happened. If you look into the details and the surgeries and everything that he had to have, I don't know if he'll play golf again. I really don't. He'll definitely have some kind of remembrance, maybe hitting the first tee shot at the Masters with Jack Nicklaus and people like that. But it's really hard to say now if he'll actually compete again.
Yeah.
If
he ever does compete, do you think he ever gets another major or gets another win under his belt?
It's hard to say. I've been telling him I don't think Tiger will win another major, just simply because I feel like he doesn't play enough, and that may be just because of his back and how it's doing right now. But I think without this happening, I think he could have came back and won a normal tour event for sure.
Yeah, and it's just crazy when he won the Masters back in 2019. To be honest with you, I had never seen, when I started getting to golf, Tiger Woods was not the same guy he was in the early 2000s. And, it was the first time I ever actually saw Tiger win an event. So it was pretty crazy to watch. Speaking of Charlie Woods, his son, do you think Charlie will have the career or somewhat of the career as his dad did?
Oh, geez. His dad's, in my opinion, literally the greatest golfer of all time. Sure, we'd love to see that, but to live up to the standard of literally the greatest of all time, that's as hard as it gets. I definitely think he'll be on tour and he'll have a good career and he may win a few majors, but that kid's already gone through a lot in his life and now he's going through more. So, maybe it'll be motivation for him to really just be like his dad and get out there, but I think he'll do a great job. I don't know if he'll live up to his dad.
Yeah, I'd like to see him on tour at least. I don't even know what his aspirations are at this point, if he's even going that, down that career path or not. But that would be really cool to see. I feel like that'd be the first really time we've seen that, as far as a dominant player like that, his sons or whatever coming up behind him. I feel like we haven't really seen that much.
Yeah, no.
At least on the golf side.
Yeah, the first time I actually watched Charlie Woods, I think, was at the when he golfed with his dad, and he was really good. Like, I didn't realize how good he was, and man, he had some nice shots, that was for sure. So this week the WGC Championship is on. Do you guys have, or do you like any guys to win the event, or?
Yeah, if you listen to our podcast, we go through a lot of our picks to who we think is going to be maybe outright winners or just top fives, top tens, et cetera, like that. But we were both really big on Cameron Smith this week.
Yeah, we were.
He's
got off to a good start.
Yeah, he's on a huge uprising right now. We think he's an amazing golfer. He's an Australian golfer, and we're really confident. We're confident in a lot of other guys too, but we were both agreed that we think he's really going to get it done right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The Masters is coming up in about a month and a half. I know it's a little early, but do you guys have any predictions on that tournament?
I think I think if Jackson had his pick, I think Mark Leishman would be would come away the winner.
My favorite golfer.
We're probably pretty high on Cam Smith in that tournament too. I think he finished second last year in 2019. Of course, it wasn't even close against DJ, but it's certainly a course that he likes. I think Xander Schauffele's probably another one that probably likes Augusta pretty well. Brooks Koepka, he's probably another one. All the big guys in the world love Augusta.
I think you're missing out on who I really think is going to win. I think Jordan Spieth might make his official comeback to the. You've been seeing the past few weeks. He's been doing really well, and to see him come back and his actual first win in a while be the Masters, that'd be historical. I feel like.
Yeah, that would be.
It'd be amazing.
That's kind of where we saw his career kind of fall apart,
right?
And where we kind of lost him was, he had that big gaff coming down on Sunday. I don't even remember what year that was.
It was like 2018, I think.
Yeah. But that would be an awesome comeback.
Yeah, I like watching Jordan Spieth, and I think it was in 2015 he won the Masters, and I don't know if it was the U.S. Open or the Open Championship. He won one of that years, and then 2017 I think he won the Open Championship, and he was really good that year. And then it seems like he hasn't got to that same level.
From what I've heard, he's kind of started chasing distance a little bit, and that works with some guys and it doesn't work with others. There's been people like Padraig Harrington that started chasing distance after he won 3 majors, and he really was never the same again. And I don't want that for Jordan Spieth, but for a while it seemed like that's kind of the road he was heading down. But it looks like he's, like Jackson says, he's starting to get his game back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sure hope he gets at least one more major. So do you think there's so we've got 4 more majors to go this year. Do you see any newcomers, or what newcomer do you think has the best chance to win a major this year?
Honestly, Cameron Smith again. He's not necessarily a newcomer, but I think he'd get a major. And maybe, the hot topic right now is the rookie Will Zalatoris, right?
Yeah,
now.
for sure.
Will Zalatoris, he played in the U.S. Open last year. He could potentially win the U.S. Open this year. He's playing amazing. He's just a rookie. He's looking really good, I think.
He's pretty much the only rookie that I know of, first year on having tour status or whatever that's kind of dominating right now. He doesn't have a win, but he's had a lot of top finishes the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of another young golfer, Victor Hoffland had a pretty good year last year. How well do you think he'll do this season?
He's off to a pretty good start.
Yeah.
He finished second, I think, at Torrey Pines. Finished good again last week. I don't exactly know how he started this tournament off.
He's 1 under currently.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, he's definitely one of the as far as I kind of lump him in with Matthew Wolff and Colin Morikawa, because they both kind of came on the scene at the same time. And I definitely think as far as talent-wise goes, Victor's probably second below Colin, in my opinion. Colin already has a major, but I definitely think this could be one of his years.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think Hovland. I don't know if you'll see Hovland win a major, but I definitely could see him winning a tournament this season.
For sure.
Yeah.
Victor. Yeah, I like Victor Hoffland a lot. I think he, had a great year last year. He was in contention for a few tournaments. There's another guy too. He's not really a newcomer. He's been around for a while, but it seems like he's so close but never can win. Tony Finau.
Yeah. As soon as you started saying it, I figured that's who you're going to say.
It seems like almost every year every tournament, he's so close to winning top 5, top 10. He was really close last week, couldn't get it done. Do you expect him to possibly win any type of tournament within the next month or so?
Actually, yeah, I think so. I really think Tony Finau might have a shot, like you said earlier, might have a shot at the Masters, maybe. He's played really well there before. He's literally like the king of the top 5s. And now he's getting close to the king of the runner-ups.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch sometimes. And he's such a good guy, and everyone's pulling for him. I'd love to see him win the Players. That's in 2 weeks. I would love to see him win that. He has a good chance there, I feel like.
Yeah.
He's probably my second favorite golfer. It just seems like he's so close and just can't get it done. Speaking of the Players Championship, do you guys have any predictions on who wins that or who's going to be in the running for that tournament?
I think if Rory can get his putting, under wraps, That's kind of been his Achilles heel, I think, for the last couple of years. He's already won the Players once. I think once he gets on some greens that he's comfortable with, I think he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. John Rahm's probably another one you can look at the Players. You know, he was in contention, I think, last year, or not the year before that, because last year got canceled.
Oh, right.
So in 2019, he was in contention on Sunday and kind of let it go coming down the stretch. But I think he's another one you can probably look out for. He feels like another guy that's kind of on the verge of getting another win.
Yeah, I can see that. I feel like Jordan Spieth honestly might be a contention this year. As long as he's, I haven't seen the field for it yet. I'm not sure if he's playing, but if he is, I feel like he could be in there. And another one, I kind of feel like he's a young guy, as Joaquin Niemann. I mean, he's kind of a streaky golfer, but that kind of course kind of suits his game. And that, I mean, if your putting's on it, then that course is all about putting.
Yeah.
I mean, ball placement and putting is really what it's all about there. And Joaquin Niemann, if he's on, then he can get it done.
Yeah, he's a great ball striker, and that's the kind of things you need to get around TPC. So, yeah, I think he's probably a good safe pick too.
All right, this is kind of a random question a little bit. The top 5 world golf rankings right now, Dustin Johnson is number 1. Do you agree with that ranking, or do you think there's another guy somewhere in there? Or
I agree.
Yeah,
it's hard not to. Dustin, I mean, he dominated the Masters in November, and then he just won in Europe 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and he's always contending, it seems like. I mean, it's really hard to argue against it. I mean, anybody can get beat on any given day, but I mean, Dustin Johnson's so hard to go against right now.
He really is.
I think John Rahm's number 2 right now, and I think that's very deservable for John Rahm. But Dustin, I definitely think, is number 1.
Yeah, he just went on such a good run last year. He just kind of asserted himself a little more than everybody else.
Do you expect him to win another major this year, or?
I could see it.
Yeah, I could definitely see him winning probably the U.S. Open.
Yeah,
I think he's a guy that, you know, he adjusts his game, you know, based on the courses that he's kind of playing. So the tougher golf courses, he kind of dials it in a little more. And I think he's due for a U.S. Open.
I agree.
Do you expect Bryson DeChambeau to bounce back and maybe get another win here in the next few months, or?
That's kind of hard to say. I mean, his golf game is so up for talk right now. I mean, some people hate the whole just gouge the golf course and try to get there as soon as you can. But I'm personally not a big fan of Bryson's game. I like the classic, you know, just do what you're supposed to do. Like Spieth and Tiger and Justin, like just guys like that. It's just classic golf. I think Bryson will definitely get a win this season. He's really struggling right now. His driver is putting him all over the golf course right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could see it because his putting is pretty good. I mean, I don't necessarily know if it'll be a major. I don't necessarily know what tournament it will be, but I mean, I could see Bryson winning sometime this season.
Yeah, I think if he's going to get some more wins, he better get them soon, because if he keeps swinging like he is, I feel like some injuries are soon down the road.
Yeah.
I mean, because you just, even with, you know, going back to Tiger, you know, he pushed his body to the absolute limit, and it ended up, you know, I wouldn't say it cut his career short, but it definitely hindered it.
Yeah.
And I think if Bryson continues down the road he's going, I think he's going to end up kind of in the similar situation.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like after he won the U.S. Open, he didn't get, you know, he kind of cooled off a little bit, and that's when kind of Dustin Johnson went through his run.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have any surprise picks for this week at the tournament, at the WGC Championship?
I mean, I think we've said it probably 3 times now. It's still kind of shocking. Cameron Smith, which is so underrated this tournament. I mean, Will Zalatoris, the rookie, was ranked above him to win the tournament, and I just don't see how. Cameron Smith, he's just lighting up around the greens. His wedge game's amazing right now. I feel like that's pretty surprising pick. And we had a few other ones for sure.
Yeah,
I could definitely see Xander Schauffele pulling out this week.
Yeah, he's got a little bit to go. I think he's a couple under for the day, so he's got some room to make up.
We all want Finau, but who knows if it's going to happen.
Yeah, Xander Schauffele, I think I predicted him to win the Masters last year. That didn't happen, but I could definitely see Xander Schauffele in the running. Was there anything else you guys want to talk about your podcast or anything like that? Or
we've been doing this for 3 or 4 weeks now. Publicly been doing it. I mean, we're really enjoying it. we're the Morning Mulligans Podcast. We go over our FanDuel golf picks every Tuesday, and then we go over our single bets and matchups on Wednesdays. We're gamblers, so we enjoy helping other people make money, hopefully.
Yeah, on and off the golf course.
Yeah, we really enjoy it. We just kind of talked about it for a long time, probably almost a year, and then we decided to finally do it, and we're really enjoying it and growing at a decent speed. It's a lot of fun. We like it.
Yeah, I think we're, it's kind of soon to say, but we're kind of hitting our stride because we have been doing this for a couple months off air.
Mm-hmm.
And, last week, I think we predicted the all top 4.
We did. Yeah. The whole top 4 we got right. It was definitely a milestone for us. And we're hoping to do it again this week. But, it's only the first day of the tournament, so a lot more golf to go.
Yeah. Luckily, with our with our lane that we're in, you gotta kind of be successful and help other people, or you're not really gonna grow. So we're hoping we can keep the ball rolling.
All right, that's the Morning Mulligans Podcast. You can check them on Tuesday and Wednesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, don't forget
to find podcasts.
Yeah.
Okay, and then don't forget to subscribe, review, and rate. All right, thanks guys. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for listening to the Sports Town Podcast, or the STP Pod for short. If you want to check out more videos of the Sports Town Podcast, click on the left. If you want to subscribe to the channel, click on the right.